I have returned. Just noticing my BRB screen doesn't say BRB anymore. Ah, it's fine. I need to redo all my OBS stuff on Linux anyway, so that'll be fun. That's probably what happened. I've started my Linux migration, so and part of that was moving some files around, and then this OBS in Windows had to be repointed at files, so I probably broke something in that process. Anyway, back to Godot. Perform sort attack, line 224. Attempt to call function intersect shape and base null instance on a null instance. Is interesting. Right, so player 224. Okay, we tried to call space state. Interesting. That intersect shape. Get world 2D. Return to world 2D where this item is in. Direct space state. Direct access to the world's physics 2D space state. When using multi-threaded physics, access is limited. So I broke this thing that I think I don't think I wrote this. So I'm pretty sure this came from some AI generated code. Which, to be fair, a lot of this effectively is, but one that I was not paying close attention to. But I'm pretty sure changing this to have the physics in a separate thread broke this. And while I could just change the setting back, I think it could be more interesting to instead not. So what is this doing? Right? So this is essentially looking for what the sword attack hit, right? So sword swipe, get collision area. So it gets us an area 2D of our node 2D. So what is sword swipe? Let's switch back over here. We'll go. Let's stop this. We will go to game where our player is. There's a player scene, so we'll load that. And sword swipe here is a node 2D that is its own scene. Okay, here we go. So it's a node 2D. It has an animated sprite in it with my wonderful art that I made on stream. I think that was last time. Thinking about this, I feel like what I probably should have done is I had a thought after this of like, oh, it should be like this. I guess, first of all, so lumpy. Like what it should do is it should effectively, I think the arc should grow, right? So it should start with like a little like a teardrop, right? And then the teardrop should arc around, but the tail of it should extend all the way back to where it started. Something like that. So maybe at some point I'll try that again. Although I gotta say, I don't think, at least up until this exact moment, I did not think there would be any sword fighting or any melee combat in the game that I want to make. Um, that might have to change, but I don't know. I will say that the game that my game that I've been dreaming about for the last year or so, and honestly longer than that, but it's taken more form in the last year or so, is one in which there is very little in the way of like physical combat. There is like hacking and security kind of minigame things that are conflict resolution mechanisms, as well as like dialogue and you know, communicating sort of things. Um, but generally, the concept for the game is one in which if there's a fight, you've already lost. Right when you get to the point where, oh, I'm caught, game is over. is sort of the, and not like in a, I guess it is sort of like a stealth game, but that's not really happening. But anyway, um, maybe we can throw some swords in there for some reason. Uh, anyway, what was I trying to figure out? Oh yeah, all right. So there's an attack area, area 2D, which is monitoring and monitorable. I don't think we need monitorable on. I'll say right now. So the idea is we are saying, hey, we have an area 2D, which we are getting. We're providing this function. Excuse me. So that gives us back our area 2D. I kind of wonder if we want to instead be like move some of this logic into the sword swipe, right? Effectively, what we want to do is we want to get the set of things that we've collided with. Right, rather than getting the collision area, we want to say get, let's do this. I'm going to take all of this code. Do I want to, yeah, so I'll take this. We're going to make a new function, get hits. Yep. Get all bodies in the collision area is interesting. That seems a lot simpler than the thing that I wrote. Or, sorry, the thing that I had an AI write. What is this method? So it's a method on area 2D. Returns a list of intersecting physics body 2Ds and tile maps. The overlapping bodies collision object 2D collision layer must be part of this area's collision mask in order to be detected. For performance reasons, this list is modified once during the physics steps, not immediately after objects are moved. Consider using signals instead. Which is an interesting thought, right? Instead of, no, that doesn't work, right? Because what we effectively want to do is we want to say everything that is in the area 2D is hit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste what we copied from here. Yeah, hold on. We're going to say, no, we're not going to do any of that. We're going to say var hits. And then we're going to say hits.append collider, and then return hits. And then, yes, this would just be the collision area, but honestly, we just like do this. We're going to get rid of that function, target detector.collision mask. So what is target detector coming from? Is that our... Interesting. So what happened to the music? Okay, there it is. The raised collision mask. Only objects that at least one collision layer enable and the mask will be detected. It's very interesting. Why is it doing what it's doing? Okay, so I think what we do, so target detector, collision mask. Collision mask is an int. Maybe we just like do this. There we go. Like basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to not necessarily solve the immediate issue. I'm trying to refactor the code in a way that makes it easier to reason about who's doing what. and not leaking details out of sword swipe that don't need to be coming out of it. And then we'll address the problem. Right, so then this becomes like something like sword swipe dot get hits of target detector dot collision mask. Yep. And then all of this code goes away. Yeah, get hits. And then yeah, it's for collider and results. Right, so then that's much simpler, right? It's just like, and this can actually be called colliders, probably. Simple. Yeah. I guess this could even be, can you do this in GDScript? Let's do that. We'll take the comment too. Okay, so now let's fix the issue. Is there a simpler way of doing this? Like, what is this actually trying to do? This is effectively saying, okay, area attack, child sub-zero dot shape. Okay, so we're trying to get the shape from the collision area of our area 2D. I mean, if we're doing this, then why do we even have an area 2D? Why don't we just have the shape 2D that's inside of it? If that's the only thing that's for. And for that matter, I mean, I think we can just, so we're getting the area of, or the shape inside of the area. And then we are saying, using the collision mask that's being provided. But why would you do that when there should be a collision mask on the area 2D? Right? So why isn't this just, like, get rid of the collision mask? Because the collision mask is just, okay, it's the target detector's collision mask. Do I care about that? I think I care about that. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. And this may break some things, but that's fine. I'm just gonna return for body and collision area dot get overlapping bodies. If body is no 2D, append it to hits and then return hits. So collision area is our area 2D, get overlapping bodies. Returns a list of intersecting physics bodies 2Ds, which is like the enemies. The enemies are all character body 2Ds anyway. Right? Character body 2Ds. That extends physics body 2D, right? Yeah, inherits physics body 2D. Okay. So, does that break stuff? I don't know. Hopefully it unbreaks some things. We'll see. New game. Walk over to the dungeon. And now we're an alien. How does that make sense? I don't know. Don't think about it. Ah. Yes, please. Go interact with that slime. Oh, and I broke it. Invalid assignment of property or key enabled. Value type bool on base object of type null instance. Okay, so excellent. Here in scripts game.gd, line 13, we enable the camera on game reset. Why did we die? Disable the camera when the scene is hidden. Oh, I don't think we need to do that anymore because we're not doing that. Yeah, we're not doing that. That's why in the game, the camera that is now in the main scene was disabled. Okay, cool. So we just made things simpler. All right, maybe I should have made the entrance closer. Anyway, let's try to not die. I don't want to test that yet. I want to test interacting with this guy, giving the sword. Yep. Okay. Oh, I can hit myself. Okay, well that works. Okay, so let's fix that. So I should be able to hit myself. Where's that code? Don't hit the player. There we go. Brilliant. I mean, you could. You could do that, but I don't think we want to. All right. Yes. Oh, that didn't work. Ow. At least I keep the sword. Why can't I hit you? Why not? Quick lighter and sword swipe that get hits. Okay, so I think I know. So on the player, we have a target detector with collision mass 2 and 4. On sword swipe, we have an attack area, collision, masks, should be 2 and 4. We were essentially ignoring that. The code that we had before was doing its own thing, using the masks from the other thing. So maybe this will work. I think one potentially nice thing is I think the way we've changed things, I should be able to directly run the game scene, and thus making it easier. There we go. Slime died. We did it. All right. There is no way to leave this level and go back to the game world. I guess what happens if a game over? Oh, we can't, right? We can restart. That does that. Zoom. That just then pauses in game. That takes us back to here. And now we need to clean up the world. Okay, so we'll do that, and I think we'll probably wrap up things here pretty soon. So, I think I left myself a to-do, right? Well, that's to-do, sure. So when we enter a level, we remove the world map. When we exit the game, that's fine. We're just like trashing everything. On game menu, return to main menu. We want to do something. We need to remove. So we have level instance. So let's do this. Let's persist level instance. Cool. And then when we return to the main menu, we should. Yeah, sure. We should remove current level. Yep. Cool. And when we queue free the world map instance, we should set it back to null. Okay, so I think that will fix the issue that we just saw. So, which we can quickly get to. I think pretty quickly get to what happened there. So what was happening is we were going back to the main menu, and then we loaded the world map, and so that loaded this, but the game level was still loaded, right? So if we in game and we go back to here and we hit new game, yeah, we don't have that light there anymore. We can't see. Cool. Then we can do this. This all works.
I saw it when I walked, boy.
Probably what I will want to do is like change in game to be like actually there's an idea. We would have different behaviors for the pause menu. Like if we're on this versus on the world map would be a thing to do. But yeah, anyway, I think that's some good progress for today. We did a bunch of stuff. We sorted out Y sorting for the world map and added another layer there and made it so that we could interact with tiles and trigger things and just a ton of other stuff. So lots of little tweaks, right? That's yeah, there we go. And then let's see, what did we change? Some stuff around player and sword swipe scripts. Okay, we'll bring in changes to the scenes while we're there. And then boy, a lot of stuff. Yeah, okay, so we'll just use that as the description for all the rest of the stuff that we did there. I'll push that all up to main. And so this is on the on my GitHub, github.com/Saban. There's a Godot platformer repo there, which has all the stuff in it. If you didn't already know. And I think we're just going to shut down here. And let's go. I think we'll just wrap things up here. So thanks so much for those that came and worked and said hello. Talking to you, Vivax. And we'll pick this up another day. So until then.